I mean, don't get me wrong. Northern Illinois is a good ball club.
I
And
mean,
the
Kent
quarterback.
State lost to Kentucky. I mean, come on.
That's an SEC school.
In SEC school, one of the worst ones. I mean, we still get a toss up between a lot of them that are the worst ones. I mean,
Who's worse than Kentucky? Kentucky's the only one that did not win a game. Tennessee beat Kentucky.
Exactly.
So that kind of throws the discussion out the window. They are the worst team in the SEC.
Well, what about Auburn? I mean, Auburn and Kentucky didn't play. I mean, we need that. We need that bowl game. We need that bowl game. How about Auburn and Kentucky for worst team in the SEC?
Oh yeah, that there would be great right there.
Best game ever.
That would be the worst game ever.
Well, it'd be a high-scoring game. No defense anywhere.
No offense.
I mean, might as well just tell the defenses to stay in the locker room, and we'll just have practice completing the ball, running the ball. I mean, that's all it would be. Who can score the quickest? We'll just time how long it takes them to score, and then there we go. That's the game.
Yeah, but there's one problem there. If Auburn, if they played out against Alabama, even with nobody on the field, they wouldn't be able to score.
Exactly. That's what I said. Kentucky will no longer hold the rank. Auburn will get the rank of worst team in the SEC.
I mean, Auburn's offense is just horrible.
Very much so. I mean, I feel sorry for Auburn fans, and I respect the Auburn fans that are still sporting their gear. I mean, that's a true fan for you. But come on. I'm actually glad y'all got rid of Chezik. I mean,
Chezik needed to be gone. I mean, there was too much content.
There was no reason for him to have been there in the first place.
The only reason he was there is because he's the defensive coordinator in the undefeated
Exactly, and they thought he would be awesome. He wasn't. Cam Newton won a championship for him. And
that was not his coach. None of his players
exactly.
at all on the team.
Cam Newton won the championship. They should take Auburn off of the championship and just write Cam. University of Cam. That should be it. That's all that should be on that.
Cam Newton.
And then they can take it away.
Which
just like they might do with the Heisman.
which they started a discussion about it, they stopped it, and they started back, and they stopped it.
I know, it's just a bunch
What are they actually going to do with that?
I have no clue. I'm sure it's still under investigation.
I mean, they don't tell them what really happened. Nobody knows what really happened.
I mean, I say just, it's in the past. Why does it matter? Just let them keep it.
It's like, well, no, they wouldn't be like that. They should let Reggie Bush keep his.
That's very true.
I
mean, I feel sorry for Reggie Bush. I mean, he took the money because his family was bad off. Took the money and he was able to have nice stuff. I mean, why not?
Actually, he got a house and his parents a house.
Exactly. His family was basically completely in poverty. I mean, it's completely understandable. But let's quit talking about that. It's time for the SEC championship.
No, it ain't. It's time to see close game. On this right here, we're gonna finish the game first.
I'm done with this game. It's a close game. I mean, but NIU pulls it off.
Kent State, close.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done with that. SEC championship time. We got Georgia and Alabama playing in the SEC championship for the chance to go to the national championship. I mean, what better basically playoff system right here in the works? I mean,
this is a playoff system. I mean, the way the SEC is a playoff.
Especially
last year.
Last year they won the playoff. I mean,
not last year. It was SEC versus SEC.
Exactly. That's what I said. They both won the playoff, so then they both got to go.
And the thing about it is, if they implement an actual playoff system,
that's just going to play more in the SEC's favor, which no one understands in the Big Ten. All they can think of is, we'll finally have a chance.
Make that voice again.
Shut up. Anyways, let's go on to this. Let's find the game here.
Georgia, Alabama. Hey, I wonder if Georgia's going to black out for this game.
More than likely, I would say they have to be the white. They have to be a away team.
No.
Yeah, they do. Because the highest ranked team is home.
The way it looks, though, it looks like they're home on this right here.
Yeah, it does. Well, dang. Most of the time, highest ranked team is home, and the lowest ranked team is away.
I think I've been more than away. Hey, they black out. Remember what happened last time they blacked out?
Exactly. Back in 2008.
Yep. No show Marino. Did not show up in that game at all.
I mean, come on. That was amazing game. I loved that game completely.
I mean,
Because, all my friends that are Auburn fans were sitting there rooting for Georgia. We had a big party for that one, actually.
Welcome to a special season-ending edition.
Oh, I have to edit this out.
Live right here. All right. On Georgia's, is that Georgia?
No, that right there should be out. No, that is Georgia. That's Georgia.
Georgia and Alabama both have very efficient quarterbacks. I mean, the only thing about it is Aaron Murray has not been able to step up in the big games. And the clutch is where A.J. McCarron is his best.
Well, Aaron Murray stepped up for the Florida game, though, which got him in this position.
Yeah, but he's the reason I was down in the Florida game, too.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
but he was able to step up, put everything aside, and close out the game. So, I think it's going to be a great game. But I believe the Alabama defense will pull another one off.
Honestly,
and the Alabama offense will be on key. Ever since their loss, they have been on key.
I mean, this is the way I view it right here. I mean, Aaron Murray, he is a good quarterback. He is one of the best in the nation. He goes very unnoticed because of what he plays in big games. In one possession games, he's thrown for 14 touchdowns. He has a higher completion percentage than what A.J. McCarron does. But here's the key thing right here. He has 6 interceptions to A.J. McCarron's 2 this year. Touchdowns are fairly close. Completion percentage he's 10 points ahead on completion percentage. And think about it like this right here. Alabama does not allows the fewest points in the nation. Their defense, best in the nation. Offense, passing wise, not the best.
Not the best, but they're still highly ranked. 15th for points for. 15th highest scoring offense. Come on. And that's coupled with the number 1 defense in the league, you can't beat them. You can if you're Texas A&M.
Exactly, Johnny Manziel.
Exactly. They had a horrible game.
That's coming off 3 road games in a row.
Big games in the SEC. On the road, came to their home game, and they were down. I'm not going to plead anything for them against Texas A&M. Texas A&M is an amazing team. But I still say Alabama wins this game.
If you look at it, think about it, my thing is here, which Aaron Murray show up. If it's a good Aaron Murray,
it's going to be a really close game.
No, if it's a good Aaron Murray, the only thing I'm worried about, in this game right here, is the key to this game right here is Alabama's secondary.
Yes, very much so.
And their front 7, because Alabama does not have the big defensive linemen knowing that they've had in previous years. And now, they ain't as good as getting pressure on the quarterback as they've been in previous years.
So that means that gives Aaron Murray more time to pass.
Exactly, which is why their secondary is not as good as what it's been in the past. They're the same on talent-wise, pretty much. It's just that the front
they have to do more now.
Exactly, but they are the most physical defensive backs in the nation. And I think Georgia overall has more talent on defense. But
Georgia's offense won't be able to handle the Alabama defense.
But what I was going to say was, but the talent, having more talent does not mean nothing. It depends on how well you play as a group.
As a group, exactly.
And Alabama's team plays as a group, which makes them better.
Unlike Rambo and all them that want to sit there and be the number 1 star.
Jarvis Jones is going to give Alabama trouble.
Jarvis Jones and Rambo both will give him trouble. But I believe that Alabama will be able to keep the composure and be able to overall win the game by 7 to 14 points.
I think Alabama will win, but it's going to rest in the hands of Jeremy Shelley.
Very much so.
That's
exactly. My Heisman pick is who is going to win the game. This is why I said the kicker should be able to win the Heisman, because games rest in the hands of kickers so many times. Look at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is only in the national championship because of their kicker in overtime.
And actually, no, it's because of Pitt's kicker. Because Pitt's kicker missed the field goal, which is straight ahead. It was like an extra point and missed it.
But they were able
It's the only reason they won that game. Only reason they won that game.
But they were able to hit the next field goal.
No, what happened was actually, Pitt's kicker did, and then Notre Dame scored a touchdown. That's what happened in that game. Because Pitt had a field goal to win the game, upset them. But guess what? Missed it. Wide right.
I know.
Sounds like Florida State, don't it? Wide right, wide left.
What about Oregon's kicker? I mean, come on.
He ain't been on the field all year. I'm sorry, he ain't been on the field all year. He couldn't help it. All he does is kick 6 points.
He never has to kick. So, I mean, I'll give him that one, but, I mean, you got to cut him up in clutch situations. And that's why Oregon is no longer in the debate for the national championship because, once again, the kicker blew it. The kicker is one of the biggest parts of the game.
Punter is too.
Punter is too. Brad Wing, that's why LSU is so good. Well, one of them. I mean, Brad Wing is an amazing punter. I mean, can run it. He can pass it. I mean, if they do fake punts, that's why they're able to do fake punts all the time.
No, they do fake punts because Les Miles is always cocky and wants to try to do stupid stuff.
Because he knows his players can do it.
It didn't work against Alabama, did it?
Didn't work against Alabama. Almost did.
It almost
Well, the fake punt didn't know. They called that all the way. But, I mean, his cockiness almost pulled off for him.
I mean,
Speaking of Les Miles, what about his Arkansas deal?
he didn't take it, which does not surprise me because
I mean, considering he got a major raise from it and a 5-year extension out of it.
well, that ain't the thing about it. Man, he come into a good situation at LSU that Nick Saban turned that program around.
Uh-huh.
I mean, because I don't think Les Miles is a coach enough to be able to build a program up.
He can just maintain a program.
Exactly. I mean, he's still on Nick Saban's surge. I mean, that's the only reason LSU's the way they are.
Yeah.
Because Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, before Nick Saban, LSU was who? Who's LSU?
They were a mediocre, usually 20 ranked team.
No, they weren't even that.
Yeah, they were usually about a 20th ranked team.
Before Nick Saban?
Yeah, before Nick Saban, they were usually about the 20th to 25th ranked team.
They had no chance of ever winning the national championship.
No, they didn't. Not before Nick Saban. Had no chance. But once Nick Saban got there, he turned the program around, took it up. But we're completely getting off schedule, off key here. I mean,
all right. So let's say Georgia win this game, right? Let's say Alabama wins this game. If Alabama wins the game, what do you think the keys would be in a Notre Dame
Alabama game?
At Notre Dame, Alabama?
Stopping the pass. Well, for Alabama to win, they'd have to stop the pass, keep their mediocre run game down, which, I mean, Alabama has no problem with the run game.
Except whenever Johnny Manziel did it.
Yeah, but Johnny Manziel, that was like Tebow. We couldn't stop him one year. The next year, they'll more than likely stop him. That's why I say Manziel deserves the Heisman this year. This is going to be his year. More than likely, at least by his senior year, they'll have him figured out. He won't be able to run.
He's probably going to stay till next year and go pro, more likely.
He has to stay till his junior year.
No, he don't, because he redshirted, remember?
Yeah, I forgot about that. But anyways, back on topic. Notre Dame to win is going to have an extremely good defense. Their offense is going to have to be able to run the ball. Be able to, once they start running, they'll open up their pass game, and then they'll be able to pass it. Manti Te'o is going to have to have a wonderful game against the Alabama wide receivers.
I mean, here's my key to Alabama Notre Dame matchup. The keys is Notre Dame's front seven versus Alabama's offensive line. That's a key matchup there.
I believe that Barrett Jones is going to pull his team around that. And I believe
Alabama has the biggest offensive line in the nation and one of the best. Everybody says it's the best. They're not the best. They are not that great. They're good.
I believe Barrett Jones is amazing. And
Barrett Jones is the only reason.
He's the reason why they are so good, because his brains and his knowledge of every position, because he's played all 5 positions.
He's won the national championship as a tackle and a guard. And
exactly. That's what
I'm
saying.
He has a chance to win that championship at all the positions on the line.
Exactly. He knows every position exactly how it's supposed to be played. So that's why he's so good at instructing his team of the offensive line on what to do.
But think about it like this right here. Alabama's offensive line versus Notre Dame's front seven. That's a key matchup there. But that year's on Notre Dame's defense. They got to stop the run. But here's another key matchup. Eddie Lacy versus that whole defense.
Very much so. Can Eddie Lacy run against that defense?
T.J. Yeldon versus them.
Yes.
Alabama has so stacked at running back that they have to figure out the different running backs. All of them are fast and strong.
Exactly. And then Cooper. You got to defend Cooper constantly.
Amari Cooper. Get pressure on A.J. I mean, Alabama's offense, it just has so many different weapons.
Exactly. It's not like the standard Alabama team of the past where the offense is just so mediocre and then it's just you rely on the defense to stop them every time till the offense can do enough to score the ball twice.
And it ain't like previous Alabama where it's just nothing but run the ball.
Exactly. They're able to pass. Passing is the key to Alabama's success. A&M was able to take away the run and the pass for most of the game till the very end of the game, mainly.
I mean, yes.
And at the end of the game, Alabama should have won that game. Blown play calling and an interception lost in that game, or else Alabama would already be in it pretty much.
Yeah, but here's another key matchup for me in that game if Alabama was to play Notre Dame. Everett Golson versus Alabama's defense.
Very much so.
I mean, a freshman quarterback, Everett Golson, you forget, he is a freshman.
Very much so. Is he going to be able to be composed enough in that big game and not let it get to his head, affect his mind?
Plus, the complexity of Alabama's defense, the most complex defense in the nation,
by
far.
Yes.
I mean,
if they want to affect Alabama's defense, they're going to have to go to a hurry-up offense. That is the best way to affect Alabama's defense.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Alabama's front three, because they run a 3-4 defense, the front three does not get pressure on the quarterback. What gets pressure on the quarterbacks, blitzes, and sometimes they show a blitz, sometimes they don't.
Exactly. They wait till the last second to show what they're going to do. And, I mean, they're the best in the league at that.
Can a freshman quarterback actually be able to read that? I don't think so. Johnny Manziel really wasn't able to do it.
No, he wasn't.
He just got, I don't know how.
He got lucky many a times, but he made it pay off, and their defense was able to
somehow, you just can't tackle Johnny Manziel. I mean, you just really can't.
That 21-point surge at the beginning of the game is what killed Alabama.
They come back from that, by the way.
I know they came back from that, but they could never break that deficit.
They broke it down to 4 points or 5 points.
Exactly, but there was never enough time to catch them because Johnny Manziel continuously scored after that.
Alabama had a chance to win that game. I mean, but they screwed it up at the end.
Yes, they did. They very much screwed it up at the end, but that's the past. Let's get off that game.
Let's
go to a
Georgia matchup.
Yes, very much so. Georgia, I say Aaron Murray has to show up, and their defense has to show up. Their pass defense, which I believe is good enough to destroy Notre Dame. Either way, SEC wins again.
I mean,
I'm sorry, but the SEC is going to win their 7th in a row.
Yeah, I mean,
either way, SEC will win.
But you got to take into account Notre Dame. I mean, they ain't a bad team. They
also have a month to prepare. But so does Georgia, or so does Alabama. Both teams have a month to prepare for the game.
But here's the thing right here: Notre Dame has not been in this kind of situation. Alabama has.
Exactly. Almost every player on Alabama has been in this situation last year.
Exactly.
And then Notre Dame hasn't been in this situation since when? 89? I mean,
Lou Holtz coach.
Exactly. That's
Lou Holtz.
Shut up. I'm not Lou Holtz. Anyways, but that's my reason behind this. Notre Dame blows the game. Notre Dame.
Brian Kelly, in fact, has never been in that situation.
Exactly. No matter what, Notre Dame will blow the game. That's my prediction on both games. No matter what, SEC wins.
Yeah, it's funny. ESPNU did a thing on with the spreads, and it showed up against the top 5 SEC teams. Notre Dame's an underdog too.
Exactly, because Notre Dame is not the team to beat at all.
We should put them 6th in the conference if they was in that SEC.
Oh yes, I mean Notre Dame, and no matter what conference they go to, unless they go to Sun Belt, ACC. Maybe the MAC, the WAC. Or is the WAC still in play anymore? I don't remember.
They're down like 4 teams.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Everybody's gonna have to go to the Pac-12 Mountain West.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but it's them not being in a conference and them being able to run the table because they're not in a conference, so they get to pick their games and get to pick all these easy teams.
Yeah, but now they're scheduled up to where they're sort of in the ACC, but they're not officially in the ACC. Starting a couple of years where they got to play 5 ACC games.
Yeah, but that's not this year. This year, they haven't played enough people. I don't believe in Notre Dame at all. Notre Dame has had one of the easiest schedules in the nation.
If Alabama had their schedule,
I'm talking about there's.
If Alabama or Georgia had that schedule,
but being that close to Purdue, I mean, come on, Purdue. Yeah, sorry, Pitt. One of those P teams.
Both of them were close, actually.
Exactly. Anyways, there's no way that Notre Dame can win. I'm sorry, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is not a bad team.
I said it was done. I said done with the discussion. I mean done.
I don't want to
hear anything else about Notre Dame.
But they're not a great team, though. Alabama and Georgia are great teams.
So what you're saying is Notre Dame is Vanderbilt? Yes.
Slightly a step above Vanderbilt.
I don't know. I think Vanderbilt would beat Notre Dame. I mean, honestly, I think they would. Except for in the fourth quarter, Vanderbilt usually does not have the depth.
Did you see what they done against Tennessee? You see what Vanderbilt done against Tennessee?
I know. They did that in the first 3 quarters. Didn't have to do anything in the fourth quarter.
Did you see what they done against Wake Forest?
Wake Forest is Wake Forest.
Notre Dame beat them 38-0. Vanderbilt scored way more points on Wake Forest.
Exactly my point.
But Vanderbilt let them score, though. That's the only difference.
That doesn't matter. I mean, whenever your offense can score more, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Vanderbilt would beat Notre Dame. Now I'm done with Notre Dame. Do not bring them back up again. No.
Don't call Lou Holtz. I won't call Lou Holtz.
Whatever. Me and Lou Holtz could have a major discussion right now, and I would make him believe that Alabama's the better team, or Georgia, any SEC team, except for Auburn or Kentucky or Tennessee.
Or Mississippi State or Ole Miss.
I don't know. Mississippi State at the beginning of the year would have beat Notre Dame. Right now, no.
Yeah, because they lost to Ole Miss.
Yeah, exactly. Ole Miss, I don't think would ever beat them.
Hey, but they're bowl eligible. So.
Arkansas too. Arkansas would get beat by them.
Yeah, Arkansas ain't even bowl eligible.
I don't see why Florida's up there. Florida, I think, is not that great of a team.
They're probably the 3rd best team in the nation. I mean, can't argue with that.
I don't know. I just don't like Florida in the picture. It's just not.
That's because you hate Tebow because you're an Alabama fan.
I don't hate Tebow anymore. I just hated him when he was there. And I didn't really hate him. I just didn't like him.
But you don't like Florida because you're an Alabama fan.
That doesn't make sense. Why do I like LSU then?
That's the reason. That's why you're making the same. Your reason to hate Florida is because you're an Alabama fan. That's why you're making the same.
It's not that reason, and I just don't like. I don't like Tennessee. Tennessee.
That's because you're an Alabama fan.
No, because I didn't like Phil Fulmer, and Phil Fulmer ruined that college for me. I don't like Phil Fulmer. He's still associated with that college by his one national championship. So I don't like Tennessee.
I like Tennessee because Peyton Manning. Everything else about him, I hate him. I mean,
whoop-de-doo about Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, greatest quarterback in football history.
No, he's not.
Yes.
No. What about Joe Namath?
Okay, here's the difference.
You said history. History.
Joe Namath had a team around him the whole time when he was playing. He had a team around him.
Yeah, because he blew his knee out. Until he blew his knee out, he was an amazing quarterback. And then once he blew his knee out, yes, he did have a team around him. But he was able to pass to his teammates.
Peyton Manning did not have a team around him at all, and he still finds a way to win Super Bowls.
That's in the NFL. You're talking about in college.
In college, he could not beat Florida. I mean, that's one thing he never done was beat Florida.
Exactly. He was not the best college player.
He came in second to the Heisman.
Exactly. He didn't win the Heisman. Discussion over.
The funny thing about it is they won the national championship the year after he left with a black guy at quarterback.
Why does it matter if he's black?
I mean, the stereotypical black deal, SEC.
I know. Most of the time, unless you're Auburn, you don't have a black quarterback. I get that. But
I mean, it's the truth.
Yes, very much so. Auburn is basically the only SEC team that keeps a black quarterback. But
Then we're actually
okay.
doing it too.
Well, I guess that wraps up our show. Actually,
we're going to edit a lot of this.
No, it won't. We got 25 minutes of us debating.
Yeah, but it's kind of.
All right, guys. Well, I guess we're done. So, don't forget to follow us on Twitter,
The Sports Room.
The Sports Room, or Facebook, Backwoods Sports Room, or YouTube, which you're watching us on now. Don't forget to like our channel. Keep a watch on our channel. Subscribe to our channel, yes. And, well, that's about it.
Until next time.